Alright, man, it's Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all praises, honor, and all glory to Yahweh, by Shemi Shai, by Shem Kakodash, giving double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth who are pushing and teaching this word in sincerity. Blessings be unto your house, that you may be of the election. So this lesson is gonna be about that this place America, that is known as America, has you Israelites in slavery, man. Still has you in slavery. And so when I say Israelites, I'm talking about you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, and you so-called Native Americans. You see all those byword names that they have given you. You are the true chosen people of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You are truly known as Israel. You see, but when they put you into captivity, because we went against the Heavenly Father, right, man? We worshipped other gods and followed after heathenistic traditions. So the Lord had to give us a fucking ass whooping, and that ass whooping is being put under the hand of the wicked, man. So He set up Esau to put us in bondage, man. So the easiest way to rule a people and to get them to submit is that you put yourself up as being God. The higher power. Because if you have a certain people in bondage and they look at who is the Most High and it looks like them, they're gonna be like, well, shit, you ain't nobody. Look, you don't even look like him. This is now we look like him. So but there's some proud ass jakes out here, man. That say slave. Man, nigga, I ain't no slave. Man, I ain't slave to nobody. Man, just look at your dollar bill, man. Look at the dollar bill that you flex. If you own a piece of land, bet your ass has to pay land tax to the people that truly own that land. You see, you have a piece of paper that might say it's your land, but best believe that when shit hits the fan, they gonna come upon that land. Cause guess what, man? It's not your land, man. It's not your car. Cause at any time they can come take your car, man. It's not your house. Cause at any time they can come up in your fucking house. Anyways, man, let's not get too off topic here. Let's begin with what I first started with. Our people are, they might not think that they're in slavery because they're not physically in chains, but their mentality, man, they're mentally enslaved to ways that are not profitable. They are enslaved to having to go to work every single day just to make a living, because Esau charges a fucking arm and a leg for damn near everything in the world nowadays. You gotta pay for water, man. You gotta pay in abundance of rent just to have a semi decent place to live. But this is Psalms 83, and I'll start at the top. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people." Right, man? Because Yahweh has a peculiar chosen people that he calls his, and nowhere in the scriptures does that say anything about the heathens being his people? So there's no so-called Chinese man that's his people, unless there be a confusion of face, of course, man. But with what I'm saying, I'm talking about the bloodline and the lineage of that people. So there's not a so-called Chinese man. There's not a so-called white man. There's not a Ishmaelite. Those Arabs. You know, Amalek. Nope. Uh, uh, um, Ammon. Nope. But the scriptures say that Yahweh hath chosen Israel to be a peculiar people unto Himself, and through simple observation, man, because the scriptures say that Israel is the salt of the earth. You can see who has the salt in the earth, man. Who are the best entertainers? Who are the ones that can really dance, man? Who's the greatest at everything in the world, man? That's Jake. You know, and even the scriptures say that Jacob is the former of all things. Anyways, man, it says it said they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And this is what we are in, man. We have been in a time where Israel has not been in remembrance. Our people call themselves black. They call themselves Africans. They call themselves you know uh call themselves niggas. You know, our people are truly lost, man. That's why that the scriptures say that it says, "For my people is destroyed for lack of knowledge," because they don't know who they are. And so it's almost like they refuse to know who they are, man. Because even when you tell them, they're like, "Nah, no way, man. I don't know about that, man." It's like they don't even want to consider that they are God's chosen people, man. Because if someone told that, wouldn't you consider that, like, and ask yourself, am I really? But our people, hey, too distracted, man. Too busy trying to get a bag or to get a bitch, man. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent; they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, um, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Aser also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Salah." Look, see, all these nations have been confederate against the Israelites, man. And best believe they have your ass in slavery to this day, man. And that's proven in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, which we can start. I'll start at verse 47, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:47. It says, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And so he had completely destroyed our people. And so I guess what, he took the yoke of iron off of our necks, but still has our people in a mental slavery, man. you know but still has them in a mental slavery. It says, verse 49, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And Esau don't show no mercy, man. You know, and so that's why the scriptures say that the Lord is going to have no mercy to those who have shown no mercy. For lack of better words. Because when it comes time for these devil's judgments, hey man, the Lord's not gonna have any mercy upon them, because guess what, man? They don't have a mercy on the young or old. Nobody. It says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kin, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until the high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustedest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout thy land, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee. Anyway, so let's jump down to verse 68, man. The main point that I wanted to get. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again. Pay attention to that. Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And so when it says that no man shall buy you, that means that no man shall save you, because no man is gonna buy you out of the curse that the Lord put upon you. No man's gonna save you from that except for He Himself, man. But it says that He shall bring us. It says Yahweh shall bring thee, Salakia, shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Right, man. So again, it didn't take boats for us to go back to Egypt. But that's how that that the scriptures, because the scriptures talk about this place and call it spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. What is it that Revelations 11? So Egypt means Egypt goes back to bondage, man. So He brought us into bondage again because we were in bondage once in Egypt, but then He brought us out of there. So He saved us out of that bondage. But look, once again, it says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And who was brought over as slaves on ships, man? The only people that were taken over overseas on ships to be slaves, man. That's you Israelites, man. That's you Jakes. You see? Judah especially. But our people still think that they're free. If that's the case, then why does it say this in Baruch the 3rd chapter? This is Baruch 3 and 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Look, see, man, we're still under the curse of being in bondage. It says, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. It says, hear Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land? But we're not in slavery, though. That thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Look at that, man. We are yet this day in our captivity, and we are yet this day in the land of our enemies, man. For the iniquities of our fathers. You know, so in the beginning of this video, I had said that we went off to Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. So our ancestors, you know, they went against Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know. So if you Jake still don't believe, man, that we are in captivity, you know, and it's, you know, it's terrible that, you know, which I was watching it on Apostle Aramlab's channel. You know, he had a there was a brother that actually went on there, you know, which I think is I forgot his name, but his YouTube channel is I think it's Jacob versus Esau. But he was talking about, you know, him and Apostle Aramlab, you know, they were talking about how it's worse to be in mental slavery, because at least back in physical slavery, Jake knew that he was a slave, you know. But being in this mental slavery, you know, you are deceived by thinking that you have freedom, but you really don't, man. Because your ass is still subject to payments. You still earn wages, and put those wages into a bag that has holes in it, you know, which I think is was a Haggai 1 and 2 or 3. You know, you have to work, man. You have to work here, right? But you know, man, it's mental slavery is a motherfucker, man, because Jake don't even know that they are in slavery, you know. So they don't even know that they're going through hell. They just take heed to prosperity in these fucking churches and think that, oh, you know, everything's good, man. You know, I'm just hustle it out, man. I'm, you know, I'm be all right, man. You know, this is and that. You know, my boss is about to give me a promotion. This is and that. You know, we're gonna be set. We're gonna be uh uh um we're gonna be getting that bag, man. We're gonna be securing the bag until Jacob's trouble come. Then what the fuck you gonna do? Then what's that money gonna do for you, man? You know, because what you Jakes don't know is that you know, but we are out here to give the warning, but we understand that 2/3 you ain't gonna take heed. You know that these devils are about to show their horns and come down upon you having great wrath. You know, and so it's gonna be a time of great distress and evils, man. And we are we are Lord willing nearing those days, man. You know, because the faster that those days coming, the nearer the day of Yahweh Shai is, man. The day of Yahweh Shai, man. The day uh uh the the day when Yahweh Shai cracks some clouds, man, and 2/3 of you Jakes are gonna be like, oh my god, what they said was true, you know. But anyways, man, we are yet this day in our captivity. You know, this is not our place of rest. We are not free here. You know, so with that, man, I hope that this was edifying. Until the next one, I'm gonna say shalom.